My name is Martin, and I'm going to hold this next presentation for you. To bring to this beautiful presentation, I have a pillow. It's for two reasons. One is that my heart is going like do. So to like hold a pillow, it can like calm your nerves. It's like cozy, you know. And the other thing is that I was talking with Palm, and we could say that, okay, so think about this pillow as like the earth, and this is how we should like take care of it, right? So like we gotta really take care of it. And this presentation is by me, but we could ask my pillow, my earth, if they want to say something. So pillow or like planet earth, do you have anything you want to say? Save me! Okay, so yeah. And that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to save it. So I'll just keep this here, and when you see me drop it, then I'm comfortable. We will see if that happens or not. Okay, so thank you so much for letting me be here. This is awesome. Let's make this count. So originally, I'm going to talk about Climate Vegan, which is a new project by the Save movement, as I think you're familiar with. But after the talks on Friday and the talks today, I've gotten inspired to change it quite a lot, actually. I think most of us know a lot about the environmental benefits of going vegan. I will touch on it, but from hearing a lot of stories, like from Lena and from West, when they shared, that really inspired me. So maybe my story can inspire somebody. And also Seb talked about how we should perhaps gather other movements to make a bigger difference together, like with human rights activists and environmentalists, together with animal rights activists. And I also run an organization in Norway, which is kind of a cooperation network. So I think for me to give the best value to you is also to talk about that. And then Siobhan has said amazing things all along and commenting, which is amazing. So I also thought about giving you some more information about me, so that next time somebody's asking if you know 3 facts about another activist, you should probably remember me, I hope. Yeah. Okay, so the program is a story time of my life, basically, and then life, yeah. And then, from the cooperation network World Saving Hustle, which is the organization I run in Norway, by the way, and then about Climate Vegan, and then a Q&A. So, story time with my pillow, that's perfect. This is Norway, the beautiful country where I'm born. I'm by the way, 50% Norwegian, 25% Chinese, and 25% Thai. That's me. But I'm born here, and it's just it's amazing. It's it smells like fresh air, from the coastline. And the Norwegian coastline is actually so long and big, the coastline, that if you stretch it out, it goes around the world 3 times. That's I know, right? Then we're done. Just kidding. Yeah, but so that's amazing. So you have the sea, the ocean, which produces a lot of the amazing air, and then it goes up on land, and it unites with another source of air, which is in the forest. And then Norwegian forests are also very beautiful. It's the home of the trolls. Trolls. I mean, yeah. Whoops. And they are real, I promise you. So they are amazing. And in nature, so just imagine me being a little kid, okay? And growing up like this, I thought this was the world. The ocean and the beautiful nature. This is not photoshopped, and you can't see plastic, right? It's really clean, it's beautiful, it's like Mother Earth, just like my pillow. Yeah, so it's really nice. So this is me and my little sister just enjoying life in Bergen, in Norway, where again, I'm really attached to nature. That's where I've grown up. And I can just wish that everybody had it like that. And when I was at this age, I actually thought everybody did. So I would be that friend that would take you out to find insects and build homes for them. I'm not sure how vegan everything I did with them was, but it was really nice to like find out what they're capable of and stuff like that. And then when I'm not outside, my favorite thing would be to get inside, take the remote control for Dad, and put on Natural Geographic. And yeah, then you can get as close as you will want to get. And I think it's so beautiful that like we can capture moments like this, just as James Huth is like capturing moment for us in the movement. So like we don't have to necessarily to be there to see it, which is, it's like for us now, it's like, yeah, like of course, but it's so good. Like it's really beautiful. And that as a kid, we could see how the world is working when sitting inside of your room. So, and you can capture moments like so cute and so beautiful. So I decided, since I have seen that the world is like so, like it's so many things happening out there, it's not just the Norwegian nature. So I really wanted to explore. But before that, I had to go to school. This is me, first day of school, like so ready. I'm like, this is actually a pistol, I'm not sure, it's like, yeah. And anyways, I went to school and I started to learn stuff. It was not as good as I thought. So, because now we're going a bit fast, because I learned about somehow people can cause a lot of harm and suffering to other ones. And I was like, oh my God, like, I think we should do something about that. I really felt that was like wrong, because I thought everybody was having the joy as I had in nature on planet Earth, but apparently not, because they had to think about just basic stuff to survive. They couldn't even go out in nature. That could be like really, really dangerous, right? So I decided to become a special soldier. As you can see, started training from an early age, but I really did. I focused my mind and like everything on it. So from 7th grade, I decided to become a special soldier for the army. So I trained myself up physically and mentally to become that, which means that I would wake up in the morning like before school, like 5, 6, and like train like hard. And then I would like go to school and I would ask my friends like, punch me. Like, I want to get strong. Because I knew that the future battles would be really hard. So I would have to take all of the punches, right? Or like even more. It would be hard day, so that was me basically. And also like ice skating and stuff like that. Like just a lot of things that could help me to become the best version of myself. And then life went on. I started learning about other things like climate change, for example. And I just thought it was like so unfair that some people, like, if I can take me as an example, I was wondering why I was so lucky to get born in Norway, where I'm kind of on the right side, but like other humans just like me are on the other side of planet Earth, or not necessarily on the other side, but some other places on Earth, and really suffering. And if that was me, I really want the other people to help me. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Since I was little, I just have this like huge like connection of everyone, which is beautiful. But yeah, so I really want to do something about that. And then digging into deeper, about climate change, I found out that one of the biggest reasons, as many of us know, is animal agriculture. So that was like a new problem. So I was like, I want to fight for humans, basically like human rights. And then I became an environmentalist. And then I read about all of this. And I started to like, that these have like personalities and stuff. And just as dogs and cats. And I was like, wow, that's cool. But I would never go vegan, of course, because I thought there would be a better way for me to save the world than what was just like in front of me. But I never stopped educating myself. So that was like my number one key in this, and my number one key in life, I think, is just like to always like keep educating myself about it. And not only listen to like some people, get like a lot of opinions and research and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I became vegan. And as I said, I just continue learning and learning and learning. So I learned about plastic pollution, stuff like that. And it's all connected, right? So this is like on a beach, and this is in a bird. And yeah, like fast fashion. My main point here is that I just like continue learning, and I still do. Yeah. And that I just want love for everyone, basically, right? That's like the main goal for all of this, for all the research, and I think all of us we want the same. And we have had some really beautiful conversations like today and Friday, and I wasn't able to attend yesterday, but I heard you had some good, amazing conversation then as well. And yeah, that's basically what we want. So, surprise, I became a Buddhist monk also. That's me and my mom. So on the journey of like trying to figure out best ways to change the world, this was one of the steps that I decided to do. So this is 1 year ago, actually. And it's so funny because you have to like remove your hair, but you also have to remove your eyebrows. And I didn't know that. And I remember I got like panic for like 2 seconds because I was like, like, how am I going to look? And I was like, oh, that's the point of it. Like, that doesn't matter. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which was really good. So I learned a lot of good stuff by being a monk. And one of the things I love your pillow, but yeah. So one of the things that I learned when I was a monk was this, like, I went around on the grass and I had this like deep like fire inside of me of like, life seemed to be so pretty because I was a monk and people gave me like food all the time. I did not have to do the dishes or like anything. They said like, no, just chill, everything is good. But I knew about all the problems, so that was like going through my mind all the time, like the world problems, like I can do something about it, like I can do something about it, like I'm gonna do something about it. And when I stopped being a monk, I watched like a lot of inspirational stuff, including like I found James Aspey and stuff. So here is me starting my YouTube channel last year and going out to do street interviews. I searched on Google for animal rights organizations in my city and I couldn't find anyone. So I went out with a tripod, with a camera, and just wanted to like ask people like, hey, can I talk with you for like 2 minutes? Like, just like so nervous, like more nervous than now. And so the first day, like in this video, I basically just go around and I don't talk to anyone. And that's the video. I'm like, I can't do it, like, but I'm gonna do it, but I can't do it right now. But I eventually did, and short story, I became like full-time activist for like 15 different organizations because I got that interview then the next day, and I talked with 2 people. I published it on YouTube, and then people were hitting me up like, you know, there are like animal rights group in your city, right? And I'm like, what? They're like, what? And so I like found everyone, and I just said like, hello, is there anything I can help with? And then I got active in like 15 for like human rights, environmental stuff, and animal rights. Yeah, it just like continue, like a lot of activism. And then I met James Aspey and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Not the best picture, but it's like still amazing. And then he helped me and I continue. I started AV chapter, also DXC and SAVE, by the way. And then I was a bit sad because the thing was that I did a lot of activism and my money just like ran out, right? And I was like, how am I going to do this? Because being full-time activist is like a bit hard. So I asked my current followers then, because I'm like, since I started my journey, I've like documented it all. And they said I should have a Patreon, and it worked, so I was like super happy. So I continued my activism. I suddenly became like one of the like biggest like activists like in Norway fighting for this. So like I got so blessed to like speak at different events and stuff. But then back to the Martin in the temple. This is just like 3 facts that you can know about me. So I love being on the mountain. This is me taking a piss outside a beautiful place. Just like, yeah, because it was hard to find a spot where people wouldn't see me, but nobody would stand in front of there. So yeah, so it's good. And then downhill biking, like just like seriously, this is like to go away from the activism for a bit and just introduce myself as a human. So I really like dangerous stuff. So mountain biking, and I'm a rocker. Like this is me in the church, like, like badass, right? Yeah. And it went pretty good. This is me. This is real happiness. I promise you. Like that happiness I had there was so good. We were playing for like 1,000 people or something. So that's a bit about more me. So from screaming here to screaming there, that's amazing, right? So this is me now. And then I have done a lot of stuff for like environmentalism, for human rights, and for animal rights. So this is just an example. But then I'm going to dig deeper about like how I could do all this, which is to talk about that gathering movements and stuff. Because I was vegan, but when I was with I remember the first time I was with an environmental group, and we were talking about how to save the world from climate change while they were eating meat. Like, it's really confusing when you're vegan. But I did the same, right? So I had a total understanding of them. So we just focused on their strength, and we did the plants, which was amazing. So it didn't go through my head like too deeply. Another thing is, this is from a national environmentalist organization meeting where we arrived, and I got to see those pigs, which was so nice. And they just introduced us to them and said like, oh yeah, it's so nice that we have them here. We're going to slaughter them tomorrow. And I was like, what? And they did it, which is super sad. And then, I had another. Oh yeah, okay. So this is a really good example, because my friends, they were like, especially the vegan ones, were like, how can you be with the other ones, like the environmentalists that really doesn't change the world because they're not vegan, they said. And one example of this was another national meeting for environmental groups where we got pizza, and I was searching for the vegan one, and I couldn't find it. So I asked, and they said like, vegan? And I like, yeah, like, and they're like, oh, we don't have that. It's like, oh my God, like this is an environmental national meeting in Norway, and it didn't have, like, I was the only vegan there, representing my city. So it was just super weird. And then I started my own organization, because I became that guy in the middle of human rights activists, environmentalists, and animal rights activists that were like telling everyone how they did it and how they did it and blah, 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 blah. So I was like the connection point, and it like exhausted me and stuff like that. But it was really good actually, because we got a lot of shit done by like me helping them in that way. And then I wanted to put that into a system, basically. So we now have a pilot project in Norway. They were really trying to have a network between human rights activists, environmentalists, and animal rights groups. And it's working, like, so far we have like broken some records, like in having like people attending up at events. So it's working really good, but you have to be like super like love-based and really understand each other, not judge, like really focus on our strength, what we all want, and we all want a better world, so we all have that compassion. And if it's for like the environmental side or like the human rights, if you want to help humans, or if you just want to help the pillow, like planet Earth, or if you want to help animals, I also, like Seb said, and I guess all of us are here, think that we should gather together. So this is hopefully something that I hope that we can also spread like globally, or it doesn't have to be in the name of like even World Saving Hustle. Like, I'm in the mindset of, if somebody like take this idea, blah, 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 and make it better, that's like so good. If I lose, I'm happy. Like, we just need to gather everyone. And this is one way. We also have like self-care as the first thing, because one of the things all the groups didn't really do anything about was the self-care part. So we're trying to figure something out there, and I really learned a lot from being here. So it was amazing. Yeah. And because of doing this, do you like that logo, by the way? I promise he had it on. But yeah, so because of all this stuff, because of your organization and stuff that I started, I won an award in Norway, which was like really awesome for doing activism, because no like other activists had like won that prize. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I want to talk a bit about how we work, because that is what's making me like doing a lot, and also like the organization and a lot of the activism in Norway. So one of the top tips I can say is to, if you're a like full-time activist, or if you just want to do a lot, then asking for help has been like my #1 thing. So now I have something which is called like Team Skadal. But yeah, and it's like 14 people that are like helping me like voluntarily to like be like personal assistant, or like edit videos, like content creation, social media, and all of that. And I'm going to show you like how it works. So we use something that's called Trello. So if you have a project of any kind, using Trello is like so good. It's like an online office where you can just have like, this is called a board, and this is like a list, and this is like cards, and you can write everything there, so that you can also assign it to other people, and you will have a really good overview. So it's just like huge tip. Like if you have a project you want to work on and you want to have it like clearly like in front of you, basically getting everything in your head on the computer, this is so good. Works good on the phone and on computer. This is the same. This is from a vegan festival that I'm also arranging, so we're doing a lot. And then to talk, we're using Discord. This is just some practical information for those who want to get something practical out of this. So have anyone like heard about Discord before, by the way? Awesome. In Norway, it's like none. But okay, cool. So how we have it is we have like different, like these are like all different servers. So that's like my organization, that's my team, that's the festival and stuff like that. And we have all of the different local chapters in one place. So it's really easy to connect with everyone. So again, if you have a project you want to work on, if you have something you want to get done in a nice way, Discord and Trello, perfect together. Just as me and my pillow. Yeah. And this is my team, for example. Examples like filmmakers, super speech team, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Then I met Anita. Yeah. That's us. That was a good day. So by becoming like a SAVE organizer and also being in a lot of different organizations, that's how I ended up in the climate vegan thing, which is the thing we will come to now. And that was because I was like sharing this story, but in a shorter version, with Anita, and then we talked about climate vegan, and she said that I should hop in on that. So that's basically how we got to climate vegan. And so climate vegan, like for me, if we think about that organization again, we want to have like human rights with environmentalists and with animal rights activists, but I've kind of had a problem with trying to find good environmental groups to work with because they're not like fully vegan, or they don't take that like animal agriculture problem seriously. So when Anita said that, oh, but we want to like start a new organization from the SAVE movement that is about environmentalism and it's about veganism as well, then that's like the perfect thing. And also when you have climate vegan groups, it's called Climate SAVE, so it doesn't have vegan in it, which can like blah blah, but that can be good for the environmentalists to get in there, if you understand. So that's just like a super smart start, and also that it is by us, so it will be us, like the same people who are running SAVE, we would also run like climate vegan, especially in the start. And then we might get somebody in who really cares about the environment, or some of you maybe really care about the environment, and then you can run that. But in the start, this is not complicated. It's super easy. Like one person can run their climate group, and I'm going to show you like some examples of it. But just to have a climate vegan group present in your city is really smart. I have the best words, but yeah. So climate vegan exists to help people understand that animal agriculture is one of the most important things individuals can do for the planet. That's the basic idea, which I think like many of us know. And it's about this, that it's not everyone who really like cares about the animals or don't have that compassion right now for the animals. Like me myself, for example, I also come from like environmentalist background, and one example is that I have like never cried by animals. Like I can watch like Dominion and Earthlings and be on like multiple vigils, and so far I have not cried. I'm not sure why, but I don't have that strong of connection as I know many of you have and many of my friends have. But I still know that it's like super unfair for animals to go through what we're putting them through, of course. But I don't have like that strong connection with them. Yeah. So this is some basic steps, okay? And just look at this for some second, because the next is like wall of text. It's like, whoop-ah. But yeah. Okay, let me read. Gather your people. No, I'm kidding. But okay, so. But it's basically, we made a brochure. Is that an English word? Brochure. Okay, thanks, bro. Okay, sure. Brochure. Yeah. Woo! Nice. Yeah, so this is like the basic steps. I have made this as a, you can like feel free to take pictures and stuff. It's just really simple things, but to keep it like even simpler, one of the best things you can do is just to start up a climate vegan group, and then you can use it in the start as, for example, to screen Cowspiracy, or to just have a stand, or you can have a community meeting or something, but in the name of climate vegan, and then you can co-host your save group. It's just to get the organization out there. It's just to like have a climate aspect. So then you can post it in the local Facebook groups, and also to your environmental groups, so that the environmentalists can come and see it, if you understand. So what I would like hope, like how many save organizers do we have here? Okay, awesome. Like I would really, really hope that everyone could start up a climate vegan group. Yeah. Yeah, so that's amazing. You can maybe just, what would be the easiest way to do that? I think you can just come up to me like now after this, or you can just take a picture of that screen, which is on the next one, I think. Yeah, what? Yeah, I can post on the event page, even though I know a lot of people are not going to see that, I think. Okay, but yeah, okay, go to the event page after, okay? And just like really pay attention and contact me. Yeah, pay attention. You're gonna be like updating, like, yeah, refresh. But yeah, I think we can stop in there, and then we can go to a Q&A. Thank you.